morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the world you might happen to be. My name is Ghost Dog, and I am back. I know it's been a good while, but working on that car, you know what I mean? Just working on that car. Got good news, bad news about the car. Good news is it's just about done. All we have to do is bolt down the rack and pinion and put the control arms pins back in place, and it should be good to go. But here's the problem. We got all the plugs plugged in, got all the fuse box put back together, and got all the wires that we thought are all put back together. We don't see anything loose. Yesterday and today and the day before, we've been trying to get the car to start. It is not getting any power from the battery to the fuse box. There is no power going between there. It won't even turn the dome lights on. So we took the battery to AutoZone and had it inspected to see if it was a dead battery. No, it's not a dead battery. The battery's actually pretty damn good. So, more frickin' delays. But yeah, the car's pretty much ready to go. It's just we got to figure out why it's not getting any power from the battery to the front of the engine. So right now we got the battery at AutoZone. It's charging up. It's going to be a full charged battery. We'll get it tomorrow morning. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to tear apart the fuse box. Completely tear it back out. It's not going to be that big a issue because it really isn't that hard. It's just like what, one, two, three different bolts to actually hold the fuse box together. And we're going to pull that out, and then we're going to just get the big old lights that we have and look at every single wire. Maybe even take them off and clean them up. Make sure they're all clean. There's no grease, no rust, no nothing on there. Because the wires have been separated from, its positions for about 3 months. So maybe some corrosion or something. I don't know. And then we're going to make sure every wire is supposed to be where it's supposed to be. And then just slowly put the fuse box back in. Check all the terminals. Check the big blocks that the fuses go into. And try to figure out why we're not getting any power. But everything else is pretty much done. Got the caliper on, the liquid, the fluids are all topped off. Got brand new spark plugs in there. Like I said, the only thing we have to do is the rack and pinion, which is 2 bolts, and then put the pins on, which is another 2 bolts, and then slap the tires on and go. We got everything bled out. The brakes are bled out. The clutch is bled out. We got a clutch again. But like I said, we reconnected the battery and nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, there's nothing there. But we know the battery is okay. But just for safety's sake, like I said, we're getting it completely charged up because we don't have a battery charger. So we're working on that. So tomorrow morning, once we get the battery, we'll start tearing the box apart and whatnot. It's really windy. It's supposed to storm here. And it don't look too nice out there either. To the point they're talking about severe weather to the point of possible tornadoes, very high winds, and or hail. So right now I got a big piece of plywood, uh, 3/4 inch plywood over my windshield and a blanket over top of that. Because the last thing we need is a broken windshield. I got the car triple, actually, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Got it cinco braced completely around. It's positioned in 5 different places so winds don't blow it over or anything like that. Supported on the engine mount. It's supported under the front tires. It's supported with bricks about 8 inches behind that. So that car isn't going to go anywhere. But right now, because we're waiting so long, it's taking so long, we need stuff. We only need about $75. That should get us going so we can figure out what's going on with the fuse box. We're tired. We're tired, and we're tired. We're exhausted. I had my neighbor over today, uh, trying to help us figure out what's going on, and he's an electrician or engineer, so he was looking at stuff, and the only thing he came up with would have to tear everything apart and make sure all our connections are clean, which I will do, and make sure nothing was missed. Make sure a ground wire was missed. Make sure a power wire wasn't missed. Make sure all the circuit breakers are working correctly. But yeah, for some reason she just it, plenty of power from the battery, but from the battery forward, nothing. So I just quite simply I'm out of ideas except for what I just said, and that's taking the fuse box back out, dismantling the fuse box, and rechecking all the wires again. Now I know there ain't that many wires, but it could be very simple that one of the wires were corroded, it's not making a good connection or anything. But yeah, it'd be like the third or fourth time we've taken that fuse box out and put it in, but this is the first time nothing worked. So that's where we're at. And I wouldn't be doing this if we simply just didn't have anything. We don't have anything until the first. And we're out. We're out a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I mean, even down to the point, I'm out of shampoo. I don't even have shampoo. It's sad, and I really didn't want to be doing this, but I gotta try. I'm just asking if somebody can help us out. The pay leagues are viable. They do work, but we really, really could use a few more bucks, just a little bit more, because we're only thinking about a day or two figuring out what's going on. We was hoping today the car would be running so we could just go make a few bucks ourselves, but it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. I need a freaking mechanic that knows wiring. Need to figure out exactly what is going on. And I'm not feeling good. I was sick the last 2 days. Even today, I crawled underneath the car. Was going to put the rack and pinion back together, but for some reason, we were sick in the house for the last 2, 3 days. Uh, the only one not sick is actually Sage, but everybody else is sick. We're getting better. Me, on the other hand, it isn't coughing or anything like that. It's I'm dizzy as fuck. I stand up, I'm dizzy. I sit down for a while, I get dizzy. Lay on my back, I'm dizzy. I was passed out by the car today. I don't know what that's all about. I'm gonna get it checked out, but yeah, I just got to get over this dizziness because it makes it really hard to work under the car. Yesterday I went out, put the new spark plugs in, and had to sit down in between because I couldn't. I just kept getting real lightheaded and dizzy. And I don't know if it's because I'm dehydrated. Is it because I'm dehydrated? I don't know. I got me a gallon of water I've been drinking on. Had me some Gatorade that I've been drinking, getting electrolytes back. Uh, so health-wise, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I really don't. I'm no fucking doctor. All I know is we got to tear that fuse box apart and look at every single connection. Find out what the hell is going on. Why is it we're not getting any power from the battery to the front? And I need to find my multimeter. I don't know where my fucking multimeter is. If I knew where my multimeter is, I could do a whole lot of testing. Because I can't even check to see if maybe it's one of the circuit modules might have blew out or something. I don't know. I know the car was working just fine until we took the transmission apart. It started up, no problem. But then again, as I said before, we've had that box off there and put back on 3 different times and never had a single issue. It's just the only difference between this time and last time is we were moving wires all over the place. We were trying to keep them dry, wrapped up in plastic bags, terminal ends and module ends and stuff like that. And like I said, we were just moving wires all over the place. They were not where they're supposed to be. To the point where we actually had to watch videos to figure out where the frickin' starter wire was. There's 2 wires to the starter. I found one, but I couldn't find the other. So I don't know. I can't even frickin' find my light tester. I don't know where the hell that is. I have a light tester that I at least could connect to see if I'm getting power through the wires. They're not expensive, but damn, I hate to have to buy one. But I got to figure out why we're not getting any juice. I got to track down where that power is ending, why it's not going to the fuse box. Because we checked the power, the hot wire at the fuse box, and there's no power there. But there is power coming out of the battery. So somewhere I got to study diagrams just to figure out what the hell's going on. I don't know. Like I said, it could be just a simple issue of a wire didn't get connected, or it's corroded, or something like that. I mean, we're right there. We're right freaking there. It's just I don't know what else to do, except for tear the fuse box out again. It's a good thing it's not a pain in the ass. I mean, it's a pain, but it's not a pain in the ass. But right now, the main reason I'm even doing this is because, like I said, we're just out. We were hoping yesterday the car would be running it. We'd make our own money. Everything's hooked up basically. We should have been running, but like I said, we just cannot get power to the fuse box. And because of that, we've already, that's why I haven't been on here, because we've been delaying and stalling and hoping we didn't have to do one more fundraiser and try to get some extra funds. But we're stalled out. We're completely beyond our ends meet. And until that, we get the fuse box torn apart, we need stuff. We need stuff. And like I said, $75 is what cover it. So if you can, and we're just asking, if you can help out, that'd be awesome. It really would be. I don't feel good. I really don't. I've been, like I said, I've been sick for the last few days. But this is important enough for me to actually do this. I've got embarrassed. Well, I am embarrassed. But you know what? I gotta ask. So, like the title says, just ask it. If you can help out, great. If you can't, I understand. I know it's the end of the month and people are not gonna have anything. It's been hard doing fundraisers all over the place, but I gotta try. So yeah, welcome, 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 welcome. I hope Colleen's making up that chicken. I am very hungry. I'd be happy with a cheeseburger right about now. So here we go again. Here we go again. Like I said, I've been drinking a lot of. This is a gallon of water I've been drinking on. Try to get my body rehydrated. My nose is clogged. That's the way it's been for the last. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh God, why couldn't the car just start right up? I wish I knew where my multimeter was. So the last place I seen it was inside the garage. We looked all over. I even had Mike looking. We couldn't find the damn thing. And the multimeter means a lot to me too because it's sentimental. My oldest bought it for me for Father's Day. I've always wanted one, and she finally bought me one. here last year. I love that thing. It's somewhere in the garage, but we got so many bags of cans that we need to get out of there, but we don't have a vehicle to or a truck or anything to get it out of there. As Mike said, yeah, I got tools all over the place, but it's an organized chaos. I know where everything is until people start moving shit, and then I don't know where it's at. As far as it might be buried under a couple cans. I don't know, which is strange because I never put those electric equipment on the ground. I just don't do that. I usually put them up on a shelf or somewhere high so they don't get damaged. But I don't know. I don't know. It would help a lot. Like I said, I could check those faulty starter. You know what, Pam? I really don't know, and I was questioning Colleen because I called the AutoZone and I could have swore when I got the starter, which is under a lifetime warranty, so I'm not worried about that. The problem is we don't know who bought it. I know because the only way AutoZone could check to see your history, purchase history, is they have to have your number. Well, apparently my number, they can't find anything. So now we got to figure out whose number, because either Colleen bought it or I bought it. But I'm pretty sure I didn't buy it because they would have found it. So it had to have been bought under Colleen, and she's had different numbers in the last year, at least 3 or 4 of them. So tomorrow I'm going to call AutoZone and find all the numbers that we could find, every phone number we ever had, and see if we could track it that way. Because I thought that the same thing, faulty starter. And I hope not, because that's what, $150 for a new starter? And this starter's new. It's only a year old. Except for the carbon buildup on the inside, you look at it, it looks brand new. That's because it is. So I don't know. I do know I'm going to be pulling that starter off anyways because there are ways I could take it to AutoZone and have it tested. Make sure it isn't the. Now, John was gone. I know it's either you or me that got it. And if it's under you, we got to figure out if it was under a number. I do know there's a lifetime warranty on it. I do know that for a fact. Well, I'm sure they do. I'm absolutely positive they do. But it wasn't under his number. Because, like I said, he was passed already. We just got the starter last year, last summer. I asked him, I said, couldn't you just look it up under my name instead of my phone number? Look at my purchase history? You would think they'd be able to do that. But either way, I hate to do it because I hate messing with that fucking starter, but I will take the starter off. We'll take it down to AutoZone, and we'll have it tested. Make sure it's okay. Because like you said, Pat, everywhere I'm looking, they always go down to the starter solenoid. So yeah, I'll find out tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to get all the numbers because I have your old numbers too, even your old work phone number. I still have, I think. So, but I do know where I bought it. It was at that AutoZone. AutoZone. God, I hate messing with that. I really hate that starter. There's one bolt that's such a pain in the ass to get to. It's not even funny. And then there's a plug that's a pain in the ass to get off. But before I can even work on the starter, I gotta stop getting so goddamn dizzy. So like I said, I've been drinking a lot of water, trying to rehydrate, see if that's the issue. And there was nothing wrong with the solenoid, nothing wrong with the starter when we took it off, and it's been just sitting on top of the counter in the garage. Nobody's dropped it, nobody's moved it. It's just been sitting there, and it was working just fine. So I highly doubt it's the starter, but you know what? You got to check all your bases first, right? But yeah, in the meantime, like I said, we honestly thought we were going to be back on the road yesterday. We tried to start it and nothing. Absolutely nothing. I even was filming it. I was going to film it, us starting it for the first time and show you guys that the car is running. And like I said, the dome light won't even come on, which doesn't make sense. You would think at least the dome light would come on. I mean, is that connected to the battery or connected to the starter that it wouldn't even turn on the dome light? I mean, I could see it preventing the car from starting, but you'd figure at least it would light up the console and everything. I don't get it. It should at least light some shit up. At least light the dome light. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a starter. The starter would be one thing if you were trying to start it and nothing would start. But like I said, it wouldn't even turn on the dome light, which means there's somewhere else. It's not getting grounded. It's not. There's a wire not connected correctly. There's a corroded wire. It's the only thing I can think of because, yeah, the starter's there, but the starter is not going to keep you from turning the dome light on. So yeah, I don't get it. It's got to be a loose connection, or a wire wasn't connected, or it's not getting a connection because something's either corroded, rusted, whatever. It's got to be something like that. Because like I said, the car worked just fine right up to. I mean, the car started all the time. Every single time we went to fire it, it would fire. Maybe it's just battery needed a full charge, and you'll find tomorrow. Yeah. Well, even Mike brought over a jumper, a battery jumper, and it's a pretty powerful thing. And basically, it's a battery itself. And he did connect that, and he said even if it was a dead battery, it still should have turned the dome lights on. Hi, baby.
Hi, Dad.
Can you do me a big favor?
What?
Take that burger, throw it in the microwave for about a minute.
1 minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
How was your outing?
It was great.
Did you have fun?
Yes?
Nice.
Now I'm having a cold. I think I have allergies.
You better not be too cold. There's orange juice downstairs.
Yeah, I'm going to take some orange juice and some allergy medicine.
Okay.
I love you so
I love you too, Mama.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the battery is just enough. It should have at least turned the dome lights on because it's the one thing. It's just not powering up the fuse box to turn things on. So somewhere between the battery and the fuse box, and the only thing I could think of now that I'm really thinking about this, there's got to be a ground wire that's not connected. Because power's coming out of that battery. It's got to be a fucking ground wire. It's got to be a damn ground wire somewhere. We either got a loose or broken or simply not connected ground wire. If I could find my damn light tester, I could tell you if there's power coming to that power cable. Like I said, it's probably something really stupid. Pat, it's like I said, it's probably, it generally is. It's generally something really stupid that we just missed. I mean, it is a shitload of wires, but there's enough that you can confuse yourself. Well, either way, we'll find out tomorrow. So we'll figure it out. But like I said, in the meantime, uh, we could use your help. It's just a little bit. Don't need much. Like I said, we were expected to be running today. We honestly were. I still need to run that engine a little bit, get it hot enough so I could make sure the transmission fluid's topped off correctly. It's the only way you can test it. You have to have a hot transmission fluid. You can't check the level when it's cold. It's got to be hot, and it sucks. And it makes it really hard because I really can't stay that hard because my right eye's gotten worse, a lot worse. Everything has got a haze around my right eye now. So it makes it really, really hard to see details now. Daddy's in the house. Ugh. I should be sleeping. I know I'm getting better every day, but I can't say it's high blood pressure or sugar or anything like that because got a case of soda here a couple days ago. Mike bought me, and I've only drank 3 cans out of it, and that's it. Otherwise, I've been drinking nothing but water and Gatorade. I'm actually sleeping a lot better too. The other day I slept, what, 7 hours straight? I haven't done that in years. 7 hours straight. That's a big old pat on the back right there. Big old pat on the back right there, folks.
Been
Thank
in
you.
for a minute.
Muchas gracias, señorita.
You're welcome. Alright, Dad.
Thank
I love
you.
you.
Go get some rest.
Oh, definitely going to.
Alright. Find some mouse turds. See if I can find my cat shit. There it is. We will rock you. Otherwise, how have you guys been? It's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've been out here. Purposely try to stay off. Because we've been happy ever since we were able to get that freaking transmission put back together. We're just dealing with weather delays now. And it didn't help being sick here for the last few days. Even Miss Page, the youngest, even got sick, which is kind of rare because she doesn't really get sick that often. But even she's having issues and coughing, throwing up. I knew I threw up for the first time in freaking years here the other day. Was surprised the hell out of me because I don't get sick like that rarely. Sorry, folks, I'm actually eating. I'm a loud swallower. Sometimes I swear I got a hollow head. You know, there's just something doesn't taste good about Quick Trip's burgers. I just don't really like Quick Trip's burgers. It just tastes different, funny. But I didn't buy it. Mike did. Matter of fact, I swear sometimes he's like my mama. When he takes me out, the first question he asks is, "Did you eat?" I said, "Not yet." And I always keep forgetting to not answer him because every time I answer him, he's got to stop by the Quick Trip and then come back out. I don't see what he buys, and then when I come back out, he hands me this freaking burger. I was like, "Damn it, Mike!" So yeah, I'm hogging down a burger right now, folks. You know what I'm really hungry for? I'm hungry for fried rice. Why am I hungry for fried rice? Anybody understand that one? And that's another thing that's been happening with me. Food has been so salty. Anything I eat is really, really salty. My oldest made some hamburger helper here a few days ago, and I love hamburger helper. I really do. But I couldn't eat it. It was too salty. I asked her if she put salt in it. She said no. So, yeah, strange shit. Well, I'm surprised to see so many people in here. Thank you for being here. Hey, Jan. Don't mind me. I'll be done eating here in a minute. Thing is, I'm not that hungry. I really am not that hungry. Even though I said I was really hungry, I'm not that hungry. I swear to God, my body doesn't know what it's doing anymore. But yeah, that's where we're at. We gotta tear that fuse box apart because we gotta figure out what's not connected. Something is not connected because there's no reason in the world. We've had that fuse box and we've taken it apart and put it back together at least three, four other times. I've never even had it so much as a hiccup. But now, for some reason, it won't even turn the dome lights on. But the battery's fine. There's enough juice in there, 72% juice in there, which is more than enough to light at least light the dome lights up. But it wouldn't even power the dome lights on, which means there's a loose connection somewhere. So yeah, we're gonna have to tear that fuse box apart and then recheck every single wire, grounds and positives, and figure out what the hell is missing. Is something corroded? Is something broken? I it's got to be simple. It's got to be something simple. Because even Pam said it. I've been thinking about it too. That's why I was questioning Colleen earlier about the starter and who bought the starter last. Because I even was thinking about that, but it doesn't matter if the starter solenoid is bad or the starter's bad or not. You'll still get power to the dome lights. So it's got to be a ground. It's the only thing I could think of right off the bat. There's a ground wire missing somewhere. Got to be a fucking ground wire. Oh shit. Fallen angels in the house. Hey, Fallen. Yeah. Well, like I said, the only reason I'm doing this is because, like I said, we ran out days ago. I asked a couple friends for help, $5 here, $5 there. And thankful they were doing it, but I just want to get this done and over with. This will take care of us for a couple days, which should be more than enough time to figure out why the car won't start it, and we can get out on the road ourselves. It's just we need a little help. That's all. That is all we need. Just a little beady help. Right, Colleen? We were expected to be running that car yesterday. That car should have been up and running. Yeah, we can't get any power to the car, even though the battery's fine. It's just we can't get any power, so something is not connected. I changed the spark plugs out yesterday. I topped off all the juices that I could find, all the fluids. The only thing that needs to be on, there's 4 bolts left to put on the car, and that's it. Otherwise, the car's done. We just got to figure out why we can't get power to it. So, like I said, tomorrow we're gonna tear the fuse box out and check every single wire underneath it. There really isn't that many wires. See, that's the point. The weird part is there really isn't that many wires. We don't know. And I can't find my fucking multimeter. I can't find my light tester. So, like I said, we're going to take the fuse box out, which it really isn't. It'll take us 15 minutes, if that, to take the fuse box out. It really isn't that hard to do. Yeah, we'll go over it with a fine tooth comb if we have to. If I have to, I'll break my iPad out and zoom in with the camera and just kind of maybe record over the wires plugged in, check the connections, because I can maneuver that iPad around a lot better because I can't see inside the engine well at all. My eyes are just they're fucked. So yeah, that's the only thing because like I said, right now literally there's only 4 bolts, which ain't that hard to do, and putting the wheels on, and that's it. That's all that's left of the car. Everything else is done. I'm just glad I insisted that we try to get the car started as soon as possible. Try to start the car as soon as possible because if we would have waited to put everything back together and whatnot, it would have made it a lot harder. So I'm glad we figured this out and was that way we could get a jump on it. Like I said, right now the car batteries at AutoZone is being charged up. It'll be ready to go tomorrow morning. So we'll have a fully charged battery. That way we can't say it's not it's the battery. And like I said, the fuse box will take us 15 minutes to take it off. And then it's just literally just looking around to figure out what's not connected. Maybe take wires off, check the terminal ends, and maybe they need to be cleaned off. Yeah, I got a wire brush. I'll clean those things right up. You know, just get good connection everywhere. But I'm thinking as far as I know, there was one ground wire, but I'm pretty sure there has to be a second ground wire somewhere. Where? I don't know. And it makes it really, really hard because I can't see diagrams. I try to pull up a diagram, a wiring diagram, and I can't see it. I simply can't see it. So, like I said, in the meantime, I would update you guys earlier of how I've been updating Eddie here a couple days ago, updated a couple other people, and it just letting them know where we're at and stuff like that. But like I said, I was filming. I was taking a video of the car actually starting up, so you guys could see that hey, we got the car running again. But like I said, nothing. I mean, it don't even turn the dope light on. It just does not turn on anything. You know, if it would light up the dope light, light up the console, and not even click, I'm 100% sure I know what that is, and that's the weird security system that most cars have, and you don't know even it's there, and that's an easy reset. Matter of fact, I got a whole Cole tonight and asked him the correct combo times on there because it's like you turn it on for a while, then you turn it off for a little bit, then you turn it back on. You do it like 3 times, and it resets the security system. But to get to that, we got to have power to the car. So if anybody can help us out, yeah, I mean, literally, we wouldn't be asking if we could have got this thing running yesterday. We simply were okay. But now it's just going on beyond our okay. We're only looking for just a little bit to get us past the next couple of days because we should have that car up and running in the next. It's supposed to be nice the next couple of days. Tonight we're supposed to get a severe thunderstorm. I'm waiting for that to kick in. Matter of fact, I got a little scared because Mike was telling me, and even Colleen looked up the weather, and we listened to the thing, and they said there's really severe weather coming in. It could be anywhere from extremely high winds, tornadoes, and or possibly hail. And the last thing we need is a broken freaking windshield. So I out in the car right now. The car's got a 1/4 inch plywood over the windshield, and I got my really thick blanket out there that used to be my mom's covering the windshield. So it's all secured and everything else. So if it does hail, we don't have to worry about the windshield being cracked or busted out. Might have a lot of dents, but you know at least the windshield will be okay. Because one thing we can't afford a new freaking windshield because we'd have to have somebody come out and put them because I couldn't do it. I wouldn't have the first clue how to replace a windshield. I don't even know how much a windshield costs nowadays without insurance. But yeah, if you guys can help out, anything, you know, 5, 10, 20 bucks. Like I said, 75 is all we need, and I will adjust this down if people donate. This is just literally to get by the next couple days, and we'll be set. I'm embarrassed to ask. I really am embarrassed to ask. I really am. That's why I got the embarrassed look emoji up because I am embarrassed. I kind of feel like crap, but you know, what am I gonna do? I ain't pretty enough to have people pay me because of my looks. I don't have that beautiful smile where people could just, oh, look at him. God damn, he's handsome. Here, let's give him some money. You know, I'm sorry. I'm past through that by 30, 40 years. Yes, I used to look very handsome back in my day. And I'm surprised that Roxy hasn't come up here yet. Speak of the devil. How do you. Roxy, I literally just said your name. And what do? You come strolling in. There you go, baby girl. Bye bye. How about that? I couldn't eat the whole burger myself. So I had a little bit left over. Roxy should be eating the hell out of it. She took it and took off running. Yeah, if anybody could just loan it to us, donate it to us, we could get you back in a couple of weeks. We just need it. Right, Colleen? We done dried everything up a couple days ago. So this is more of a embarrassing fundraiser, which I shouldn't have to be doing, but you know, the car's going to do what the car's going to do, and there ain't nothing I can do about it at this time. You know, the car literally is 98% ready to go. Four bolts, slap the tires on, and go. That's where we're at until we figured out, hey, there's no power. Like I said, if I could just find me a mechanic that knows his wiring, just to point it out to us, do some wire testing. If I had my multimeter, I could do it myself. I'm kind of hoping I raise this money quickly tonight because I want to go back. I'm tired. I don't feel good. I haven't been feeling good for the last 3, 4 days, and but I'm getting better because I'm sleeping a lot better, a whole lot better actually. The other day I slept for 7 hours straight. I haven't slept for 7 hours straight since 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Now, am I sleeping? Hell yeah. All day yesterday and the day before, I think the only time I actually got out of bed was to pee a couple times, and that was it. Otherwise, I was dead tired. The whole day I slept. Off and on. Up for a few minutes, and then right back to sleep. up for a few minutes, and right back to sleep. Like I said, the only thing going on with me physically is I'm dizzy all the time. And it makes it really hard to work under the car when you're dizzy. And it isn't so much working on the car, it's getting up. When I go to sit up, hell, I beat being drunk in a heartbeat. I have to close my eye, the whole world starts spinning. Pray to God I don't throw up. But you know it's bad when you're just standing and all of a sudden you start getting real dizzy to the point you feel like you're going to pass out. And that's what was happening yesterday and the day before. Just standing, I thought I was going to pass out. So any of you medical freaks out there got any ideas on that one? You can't say it's lack of water because I've been drinking water like a fish. Can't be electrolytes because I've already drank a big bottle and a half of Gatorade, so I should have electrolytes in me. Oh, somebody please help us out. I don't want to be doing this all night. I got my phone right in front of me, so if something goes off, I could readjust. Technically, thanks to Eddie and Natalie, I only need $71. And I want to thank you both, by the way. $10, $20, anything. Get the word out. So what's been going on with you guys? Let's don't make it all about me. What about you guys? What have you guys been up to? How's things going with you? How's your health? Yeah, it's really sad about me. I don't even watch TV anymore because I can't see the TV. It's all blurry. If it's not right in my face, fuck it, I ain't seeing it. I got this one game I've been playing for a while, a golf game. I've already let the team know that I ain't gonna be any good anymore in the near future because I can't see the damn target, the swing. What do you want there, baby girl? You want up? You ate it all. Your butt should be puckering now. Roxy. Roxy. Come here, baby girl. Come here, baby girl. Come on. Up. 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 Come here, baby girl. Come here. I'm not chasing after you. turkey. Ah. Hey, Amanda. Doot 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 doot. When the hell is this storm supposed to hit us? By gosh, I see we got a warning. Ooh, damn, that don't look good. Y'all want to see what I'm looking at? Ain't good. And that shit's coming right at us. A lot of lightning in that storm too. Temperature's actually rising. Wind is moderate. But that don't look good at all. Oh, where's John? He can understand all this. Alright. I'm trying, Colleen. Nobody's not donating. I'm just not pretty enough. I'm just not pretty enough. Who the hell is she barking at now? I am worried about it. I needed somebody to find the correct schematics for my car for the wiring, because every time I look it up, it gives me schematics, it gives me diagrams, but it's always for another vehicle, like a Cobalt or something. It's never my car. I just want to see the wiring route from the battery to the fuse box. I want to see that wiring. That's what I want to see. If y'all wondering what kind of car, it's a 2010 HHR LS 2.2 manual. I see people coming in. Thank you. Now we just got to get the word out. Got to raise some funds. Right now, 45 bucks would be perfect. Like I said, the only reason I'm doing this is because we actually, honestly, straight up, no bullshit about it, we actually thought we were going to be driving now. Yesterday, we should have been. The car should have started right up. Because everything is basically, the car's basically done. It really is. Except that we just cannot get any power. It's like the car is fighting us tooth and nail. Like it doesn't want to run. We even had the police. Well, it isn't the police. It's the Sheboygan. What do you call them? They work in the same building as the police, but it's Sheboygan's uh, beauty patrol. I guess is the best way to describe them. And they'll drive her up and down alleyways. They'll look for cars that are not registered or garbage in your yard or something like that, and they'll give you tickets for it. They'll fine you for it, which is stupid. And then the reason they put on there, like we've had the orange stickers before. I've showed you guys that, and their reasoning is uh, unsightly or something like that. I'm like, you can't even see the car from the roadway. You literally have to walk up to our fence to see the back of our house and see where the car's at. Otherwise, you'd have to drive down the alleyway. Who the fuck, what tourist is driving up and down our alleys looking at our yard? I this city is so fucked up in the head, it's not funny. Well, apparently, a couple days ago, a few days ago, they were checking out another car next to ours, and thank God our neighbor across the alley, pastor, saw them and had questioned about the other car, and he didn't know because they couldn't see his temp tag on the car because the windows were too dark. And he turned around and he pointed to my car. He goes, "Well, what's the story on that?" And the pastor turned around and looked the guy dirt in the eye and says, "You leave him alone. He's a good man. You leave him alone. The car's registered and everything else. He's just working on it." So yeah, they were gonna make an issue out of my car being sitting in the driveway. In our driveway. It isn't like in the alleyway. It's in the driveway on our property. And it's fully registered. All you have to do is run the plates. It's up to date. Everything. Yet they wanted to make a big fucking issue out of it. And it's like, go get a fucking job. A real job. We had an issue here a couple years ago. The landlord had the fence. There used to be a fence between me and the neighbor's house. And the landlord had it cut down and threw all the fencing in our yard, in our backyard, and didn't do anything else with it after that. Well, apparently the city came by and saw it and wrote him and says, "You need to get that cleaned up or you're going to get fined." And the landlord comes to us and says, "We had to clean it up." It's like, we didn't put it there in the first place. You're the one that tore that fucking fence down and decided to throw all the scrap in our backyard. Yeah, this city sucks. Alright, guys, come on. I want to go to bed. Just a few bucks. Just a few bucks. So, yeah. Calling asked anybody get their $1,000 stimulus check or $5,000 stimulus check. I don't think anybody got that. Oh, your mom was just asking a question.
Why you need $75 for?
Well, she was just asking if anybody got the $5,000 stimulus check yet.
I know, but I'm saying, why do you need $75?
Because we need some stuff.
Cigarettes?
Not only that, but other stuff.
Oh.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna say hi.
Quarter to TikTok. Everybody should have it. Yeah, but it's fun, kind of funny you asked that because we were talking about that earlier today. That nobody's heard anything about these Doge checks. Nobody's heard a word about them in what, a couple weeks now. They simply are not talking about them. The only thing I've heard lately about anything is Social Security, and that everybody's supposed to be getting a bump in their Social Security payment. It's the only thing I heard about. Otherwise, I haven't heard about Doge checks or Doge stimulus checks in what, 3 weeks? Not a peep. News is not talking about it. Washington's not talking about it. Elon's not talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. The only thing that's been out there is this illegal immigrant killer, MS-13 guy, and that's it. Which I think is about the dumbest thing in the world. Due process, due process. Do you realize Biden and Obama sent thousands of people back to their homeland without quote unquote due process, and nobody said a fucking word? Not a damn word. Also, did you know Obama today has the record for sending the most illegal immigrants back to Mexico? And nobody said a word. To date, burger, right? You, I've eaten the burger. I can't eat the whole thing, right? Because I fill up too fast now. And I've been up here, what, at least an hour since you made it? At least 30, 45 minutes. Roxy always comes running the moment she smells any type of meat. The whole time she never came up.
No, she's downstairs relaxing.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking to the people here on the live here, and I said, it's kind of funny. I'm surprised Roxy is coming up. And the moment I said that, guess who comes in?
Roxy?
Miss Roxy. I started laughing my ass off. You little punk. We talk about the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not here now.
No, she's back
Is
downstairs. She's getting comfortable.
Mr. Timothy still up there? Theodore?
No, he's not.
He's usually on that mattress.
No, he's not. He's downstairs.
He's crazy. Oh, I love you.
I love you.
This is the best daughter I've ever had in my life. Can I get another one like her? And it's got to be exactly like her except 1%.
What? What does that mean?
No wet kisses. So where'd you go tonight?
We went to the park. There's by Raft, there's like the food trucks. We got some tacos,
Ah!
cake cups, and then Ashley's older son.
You know what I was telling these people? I've got such a craving right now for a fried rice.
Yeah, no, we don't have one of those. They had like the Greek one stall. They had like the tacos. They had like the Mexican, and then there's like the other. I thought it was corn because I showed corn,
All right.
but it's not corn. It's all different types of tacos. So I got the chicken taco, and then actually got the beer taco, beef taco.
Did you say beer?
Yeah, it's a beer sauce. That's what the
You
beer.
just like get drunk, don't you?
No, no, no,
You
no.
guys, it was so funny. You got to watch that episode, folks.
No, it's not enough to get you drunk, but there's a little taste
Yeah,
of
it's just
beer.
like
But
beer brats and stuff like that.
it was kind of gross. It wasn't spicy. I thought it'd be spicy. It was not spicy.
Most beer brats, stuff that's got beer infused, doesn't to me it's
Yeah,
never
but
tasted good.
the strawberry, she got a turtle cake.
Is the ice cream shop open yet? Our
The
favorite one?
Yeah, they're open.
Are they?
Yeah, this is the time of season.
Oh, now see, Carly, we got to get.
They opened not too long ago for spring, and so is the parlor. The parlor is open.
Yeah, it's only one building.
No, I'm talking about the south side. There's a parlor over there. It's in that little court area by the pier, by where harbor is.
The only place I know is that one that
Yeah, the little shop. Yes, I know.
yeah
I'm
that it looks
talking
like a
about the
house.
one on the south side.
Oh, no, nothing beats the other one.
Okay.
Even you agree.
Listen,
It's the only place that you can get lactose-free
yeah,
ice cream.
that's the only place I can get lactose ice cream. But I'm just saying, there's other ice cream.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I'm saying as far as lactose, that's the only place that
Yes,
actually has good lactose
lactose
ice
ice
cream.
cream. Yes, and
And
they're
this
open.
year, folks, I'm going to get you a picture what a medium cone looks like. And I'm talking about a medium, not a large one, not a small one, a medium. It stands what, at least 9 inches
Yeah,
from the
it's a
cone
big
itself?
cone
It's a big ass cone.
for it being a medium too.
The small would be about a medium.
Right, and that's nice though that I could get myself a root beer float, not a root beer float. Yeah, it's a root beer float. Actually, it's got lactose.
I like their
Banana split,
banana split.
and that thing is huge.
Yeah, it is. Oh, they pack on the ice cream, folks. I'm telling you, you got your cone, which is about 4 inches tall, and then you got another 9 inches of ice cream. I'm gonna have to get you pictures of that. I keep forgetting about it. And I'll tell you what, man, and it's not that expensive, really isn't.
No, it's
I
not.
mean, it's above average, but then again, look what you're getting.
Yeah, and it's over on the south side. And they're not like a all year round thing like
They're
Dairy
seasonal.
Queen. They're seasonal.
Yep, they are seasonal. That's why I was asking if they were open yet.
Yeah, they open.
Well, Colleen, you know what we got to get? Matter of fact, when I used to take Paige out, I was like, "We're gonna go for a ride. Where are we going?" It's a surprise. Well, she already knows where I'm going.
Right. Like I said though, it's the only place that serves lactose free ice cream that actually tastes good.
And it's actually
And it's
lactose ice
not
cream.
and it's not expensive. Usually when you get lactose free stuff, it's expensive.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
It's expensive. You're talking about $7, $10.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Well, I guess gas prices going down.
Are they?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Well,
Do do.
they're not. Then the thing though too is some lactose free stuff I still can't have. Like oat milk, I can't have oat milk. Which is weird though, because oat milk doesn't have any dairy in it, but it's still my brain still processes it as being dairy. I can't have yogurt. I can't have those things.
Hmm. Well, I do know. Uh, I'm not as dehydrated as I used to be.
Well,
Yeah, that's helping out a lot. It really is. But the problem is, why am I still dizzy? I mean, it's dizzy point. Today I was standing at the back door waiting for Colleen.
It could be because your food habits changed. It could be because your food habits changed.
I'm not eating sweets. I'm not.
No, what I'm saying is you're used to eating way more and you cut down, so you probably feel dizzy, fatigued, disorientated. That could be it. It could be
Well, I'm
exhaustion.
disorientated because all you girls in the house.
Oh, yeah, that's normal.
I try to be a smartass, and she's a smartass right back. Didn't
Yeah,
even think twice about that, did you?
no. I have a deck of cards.
You got a deck of cards.
Still screwed over. Yeah,
Yeah,
remember?
honestly, my soda intake has cut way the fuck back.
Yeah.
This was about 2 days ago. Look how much is still in there.
Yeah.
And you know I used to go through a case a day.
That could also be the reason why you're probably having withdrawals.
Withdrawals.
Yeah, it's a thing. You can get withdrawals.
And I eat once a day, so
Yeah.
I'm eating.
It doesn't matter if your habits changed. It's increased. It can cause dizziness and fatigue. If you get shortness out of breath, if you get sick easily, like nauseated and stuff like that, that
Did I
could
tell you
all.
I was out when I was changing the spark plugs out yesterday? I got dizzy. I had to take a break in between them.
Yeah. Like I said though.
Just fucking standing. I have never gotten dizzy just standing.
Like I said though, it could be a number of things. Hello. Hi, Theodore.
Hey, cat.
Well, now I'm worried about you because summer's around the corner.
Why?
Because if you get dizzy now, I don't see what you look like you're
Oh,
gonna.
I'll get better once I get to the hospital. They check me out, figure out what the fuck's wrong with me.
You're still not gonna get SSDI though, or what's
Yeah, I
called.
will.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, the diabetes covers that number one.
No, because
Yeah,
my mom has diabetes. It doesn't cover for her.
sh- because they did register that. You look up
Yeah.
any SSDI program. No, one of the number one things that will almost guarantee you to get is.
But you said that you don't have diabetes.
Well, I'm pretty sure I do. If I'm about 100% sure.
Now you are 100% sure you
Yeah,
have diabetes.
yeah, because I have. Well, what happens when I get really sick to my stomach?
Doesn't
What
mean you
happens
have
when
diabetes.
when I eat food? I'm fine.
Okay.
That's diabetic.
No, that'd be in general.
Tinglings in my fingers, poor blood circulation, diabetes.
Okay. They gotta get your blood drawn for that all stuff.
Yep, I already told you guys that, and I meant it. I'm gonna get a full workup. The only thing I'm not gonna have done, I'm not gonna have anybody stick their finger in my butt. They best better figure out a different way to check my prostate. Stick it. I'll bring the boroscope up there. I was here. Use this.
What?
Period. My daughter bought me for was it Easter?
Yeah.
Bought me a endoscope.
I'm getting him all the manly stuff.
I love it. I love that endoscope.
Mother's Day is coming up too in June.
Well, then I'll need a wheelchair or a cane.
I already told him I'm gonna give you a turbo thingy. What do you call it? A turbo wheeler thing that you have with the little controls and you just shift them.
A wheelchair, electric wheelchair.
Yeah, you know, like goes at
How am I going to
midnight.
get up and down the stairs?
Have it. I don't know. Have go for a crawl.
You're not thinking ahead, are you?
No, I'm thinking ahead.
Once I roll my ass down the stairs, then you can flop me in the chair. We could go behind.
Remember that old commercial where you have that old woman and she's at the side of it and you sit yourself in the chair and whatever and it slides you up and down the stairs? When I was a kid, I saw that and I thought of my grandmother and how wonderful that would be for her.
Hmm.
And every time
Your
I see
mom's doing really good.
mamas,
Yeah, she was all fucking full of energy today. Usually, when she gets back to the house, or back in the house, the first thing that comes off is her shoes.
yeah,
I had to tell her 2 hours later, you might as well take your shoes off. She
no,
looked at me, she goes, really? I said, yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything right now. The battery's being charged up. And she's like, okay. So that's why I told her, Get her to go to the store. She'll go to the store.
Oh, you found the magnesium citrate?
Yeah, I already drank one bottle. It didn't do shit.
But the chocolate does.
Oh, it does. Oh boy, does that do.
Oh, I know what to get you for Father's Day.
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces, Buttercups, and
I love my Reese's Pieces. I'm
Reese's
turning
Pieces
into my
and
old man
Reese's Pieces and
without being alcoholic.
no, and what's it called? Three Musketeers.
Speaking of alcoholic, I so desperately wanted to get a bottle of Royal House brandy
Why?
and some honey because I could fix up everybody overnight.
Okay.
It is. It's called a hot toddy. Anybody that's old school knows this. Anybody in this chat will tell you there ain't nothing better that works better than hot toddies.
Is it because the fact that there's spices in there?
I don't know if it's so much the spice. It's just the alcohol. What it does is it makes you sweat.
Right.
Oh boy, does it make you sweat. And if I had a hot toddy, I'd make an 8 ounce glass of water. You take what is it, 1 or 2 tablespoons of honey, and then a shot of Royal House brandy. You pour it all in. You mix it up. You microwave it as hot as the person can absolutely take to drink
Oh,
it,
so
and
you're
then
kind of making like hot cider.
it's basically it's called a hot toddy. And anybody's there, and what's bad about it is it works, and it works overnight.
Oh, does it?
Oh my God, we could never get out of school if we were sick. Because usually, as kids, when we were kids, Mama, I don't feel good. Daddy, I don't feel good. Okay, you're not going to school. Nope, that never worked in our house. Never worked in our house. Because
Yeah.
that night, my dad would make up a royal house, a hot toddy, and then he would find every blanket in the house. He would tuck us in, and we were strict rules. You could not leave that unless you had to pee, and then you had to be retucked, and you sweat,
Well, that's
and you
like the same
sweat.
thing with taking some alcohol and rubbing it on your gums, or what it was called. You remember when they used to do that
Oh, for teething and
for
stuff like that.
teething?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was more for pain than it was anything else. But yeah, hot toddy it makes you sweat, and then what it does is just you sweat your ass off. But you got to stay under the covers. You can't kick it off. It's the worst thing for parents because the parents going in there every hour to make sure you're still covered.
Yeah, right?
But once you wake up in the morning, get a good 8 hours sleep. You wake up in the morning, you take a nice hot shower, and you're almost 99, 100% perfect the next day.
Right.
It is the damnedest thing, but it works.
Yep.
And that's what we hate about it because it does work.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there are different, I could ask 10 people in here, and I'll probably get 10 different ways of making that hot toddy. But that was the way my dad always did. It was Royal House brandy, a shot of Royal House brandy, 8 ounce glass of water, and 1 or 2 tablespoons of pure honey. You microwaved it, mixed it up real good, and you had to drink the whole thing.
Right.
And then it was a sweat fest. But yeah, it definitely does freaking work. You will kill any ailment you got, basically.
Right.
I thought that's what that was from.
What?
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, it's my favorite Christmas movie. Which is weird though, because it's more like a Halloween movie than a Christmas movie. But it was my favorite growing up.
Oh shit. We got that nasal spray anywhere? Is that downstairs?
The nasal spray?
Yeah.
I think so. I know the one that Paige told me that I tried using on her. She said that one expired.
Oh, it still works. I just used it here a couple months ago. It works just fine.
Right.
The problem is she doesn't do it right.
No, I was the one that did it to her.
Did you make her sniff?
Yeah.
Breathe in as you were squirting?
Yes.
Did you make sure it was squirting?
Yes.
Because it's like a needle, a syringe. You got to make sure it
Yes.
pumps out.
But anyways, there's the movie.
All right, love you, Mama.
I love you, Dad.
Don't party too hard.
I'm going to get some sleep because I just took some allergy medicine.
You got allergies?
I've been sneezing. I've been having
I've been doing that too, sneezing. And my nose has been stuffed for about 2 weeks now.
So,
But, the sleep app machine, it pushes that shit right out. All right, well, get some sleep, Mama.
all right, I love you.
I love you.
Oh, that
Where's
Vietnam
your
girl.
husband?
My husband, probably in my room.
Waiting for you.
Theodore! Theodore! Like always, he's on my phone.
If you're wondering who's Sage's husband, it's a cat. His name is Theodore. He follows her everywhere. And if she shuts the door and he's not in there, he'll sit at her door and just meow forever. Well, all we need is $10 more, folks. He is down there. Yeah, but even walking, uh, I get so damn dizzy, and it really really is bothering me because I've never had that. I've had it where I lay down if I sit up too fast. What is that? Blood pressure or something like that that causes that. But just standing, uh, I'll start getting real shaky and stuff like that and lightheaded. Matter of fact, I'm kind of lightheaded right now, to be honest. I'm going to change this text. Okay, who can jump on this so I can shut this money raising thing down? Anybody could jump on this? Just $10. Because if we wait too late, colleagues are going to get too tired. I want to see my phone go off. $10. That's it. Anybody? Somebody? Everybody? $1 each person for 10 people? Ooh, excuse me. Somewhere out there, somebody's got $10. Just a measly 10 buckaroos. Pretty please, cream and sugar. And no, you don't get the cherry on top. That rolls underneath the seat somewhere. Hey, you. I'm talking to you. Anybody out there? Got 10 stinking bucks. Just 10 stinking bucks. Feelings do work, by the way. And I prefer it on PayPal. Caudaline does not have Venmo. Cash App or PayPal? Party please. Blue 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 please. So I can shut this show off and I can get some sleep. Actually, I'm going to try to do some more researching because I got to find the wiring diagram for the power. Somebody's throwing me some hearts. It's going to cost you $1 for each heart you're throwing, folks. Boy, that stopped those hearts, didn't it? Oh, nope, they're still coming. Fallen! That's what I need, $10 for Fallen. Fallen! Fallen's my best friend. Known her for years. Let's see if I can text her. I even checked it. Maybe somebody sent me money a while ago. I didn't even know it. Nope, nobody did. Let's see. Fallen! I can't even see my fucking... I don't know who else to text. I got $4, but I can't send that to Colleen because she doesn't have Venmo. Ah, that shucks. Don't need food, don't need drinks. Just need $10 in the car working. Come on, somebody shut me down. I'm concentrating on my phone, folks. See if it'll light up. Golly, do you got $6 extra down there? That's all you need. Hello, Miss Cute Kitty Kitty. Or Dally. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Miss Dally. My. Yeah, if I remember correctly, she's going to need exactly $6 more. Riders of the Storm. Good song. And don't send it to my Venmo, folks. Send it to my PayPal or my Cash App. If you can help out with like $6. I'd send the $4 back to Natalie, but it cost her money to transfer it over to a different account. Bye. Just waiting on $6 more, Colleen. I'm glad she got over. She was really sick here for a few days. I mean, she could not stay off that toilet for her life. She sounded like hell. She didn't just have frogs in her throat. She had freaking lizards. She was bad off. I haven't seen her that sick in a long time. And I have to admit, I honestly didn't think it'd work, but she said all she needed was bananas. So we got her bananas yesterday, and like I said, today she's all perky, and she's just, I haven't seen that much energy in her in a long time. Oh, come on. Somebody out there's got $6, please. I'm staring at my phone, praying, concentrating. I'm going to put a new crack in it. I'm getting a headache staring at it. Anybody out there got $6? It's all we need, just $6 more. You do? All right, give me a second. I'll be right down. Okay, well, got what we needed for right now. Still 35 bucks short, but still. I'll worry about that. Maybe we'll get lucky. We'll get the car running and we can make our own money tomorrow. But in the meantime, my daughter wants to play on the computer. She hasn't been on it for almost a week, so I'll give her some luxury time. I want to thank everybody again. Real recap on the car. The car is ready to go. It basically it's ready to go. 4 bolts and it's done. The problem is why it's not running yet is because we can't get any power to the fuse box. When we put the battery in, and it's the battery. We know it for a fact it's not the battery. When we connect the battery, the dome light won't even come on. And there's no power coming to the power cord up by the fuse box, even though we know the battery's okay. So tomorrow, we're thinking maybe a ground wire somewhere. At least that's what I'm thinking. A ground wire isn't connected right, or maybe it was corroded, or something like that. So tomorrow we're going to take the fuse box apart and look at every single wire, make sure every wire is connected the correct way, and clean terminals if we have to, and figure out what's going on. Yes, a lot of people are saying, maybe the starter solenoid, internet says starter solenoid, but that's fine and dandy if I want to start the car, you know, but this isn't starting the car. This is literally just turning the key over, or even just opening the door. The dome light should come on. It has nothing to do with the starter that I know of. I could be absolutely wrong because I'm not a mechanic. I'm a YouTube mechanic. But like I said, the starter was just fine when I took it out. Wasn't dropped, nothing extraordinary done with it. I literally just took it off. Didn't even bang it or anything. Put it on the shelf. It stayed there until about a week ago when I put it back in. And so the starter should be just absolutely fine. It just, for some reason, we're just not getting power to the fuse box. And that's what we're got to figure out what's going on. But otherwise, the car's ready to go. In fact, like I said, if we found that out yesterday, and if the car had worked just fine, Doble came on, it would have even started, we would have been working today. So that's where we're at. So, all right, folks, I'm going to let you guys go. I want to thank you very much for being here. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed, definitely keep it between the lines. Love you guys. Y'all don't party too hard now.